Now for our special weekend segment, Art Matters. Well, the 9th edition of the Jaipur Literary Festival is currently underway. Here's a complete lowdown.
Here we all are to celebrate books and authors and writing and, yes, reading. Some people bemoan the supposed fact that reading itself is diminishing. I dispute that fact. Reading is, I believe, increasing. Platforms may be changing, but thanks to the internet, reading has become more possible, and you can now read stories and write stories on your phone. And a lot of young people are doing that very thing. So there is a lot more access to literacy than there used to be.
And as a testimony to that statement by Atwood, the ever-increasing numbers at the Jaipur Literature Festival, a space where authors step out of their solitary surroundings and interact with their readers. At Diggi Palace, a wide pick of venues and an array of subjects, the atmosphere open to every conversation. Colm Toibin, Irish author and gay rights activist, one of the moving forces behind the Irish referendum on same-sex marriages, said he'd learned from the campaign on gay rights that strident tones actually never get heard.
Asking people if they could just imagine if they had a son or daughter who was gay, would they want them to be happy or would they not want that? And, you know, in a way that's such an easy question to answer. Would you like your son or daughter to be happy? And most parents would say, well, of course.
Political debates also very much on the menu now. And despite his recent works on Pakistan, a piece to look out for by political scientist Christopher Jaffelot on Narendra Modi.
Well, it's so interesting to see how someone like him could achieve the trajectory he has achieved. What are the factors? Social, personal, political, communal, economic. So that's when I'll have the time to do that.
But the various dimensions of the festival notwithstanding, it was still about the art of storytelling.
And I think people actually rather like simple, straightforward stories in which they get to know the character and they see the character coming out. They rather like that. They rather like to imagine that they could sit down and have a cup of tea with the character.
And what's a pig doing at the Literature Festival, you may well ask. But that is Napoleon from George Orwell's famous novel Animal Farm. And it's not just Napoleon, but a number of characters from some of the best-loved books of literature that are here as part of this installation art at the Literature Festival, and art installations which have really added a unique and interesting dimension to this festival. In Jaipur, with cameraman Shamshu Zoha and Dinesh Pradhan, Harsha Kumari Singh for NDTV.